Hey, Premier Gospel. I'm Ken
And I'm Mary
of the Humble Penny.
We are on a mission to help millions of families achieve financial joy in their lives.
Our goal is to help you shift from thinking about your money from a place of worry, stress, and fear, but to actually think of it from a place of purpose and joy. So, today I want to speak to you guys about how to teach your children about money. So whether you've got teenagers or young kids, we will all agree that teaching kids about money is important. I certainly wish my parents were more active in teaching us about money.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts? How do we teach children about money?
Well, the first tip I'd share is for us to use everyday things around us. So I have an example. Like when I do drop-offs with the kids on the way to school, one thing I often do is to look around me and look for teachable moments on the way to school. So rather than just silence or maybe just listening to music, I might point out like a chip shop and ask the kids, like, look at that chip shop over there. How do you think that chip shop actually makes its money? And it really brings forward some really interesting conversations because kids have a very imaginative in how they think about things. But ultimately, talking about the chip shop is a good way, for example, to talk about things like not only money, but entrepreneurship, because then we're teaching our kids about business, about being enterprising, about how products and services are created, and how you need to serve people in order for you to generate money. So that's a good example. And there are many other examples as you walk down the street. It could be an accountancy firm. It could be literally anything. It could be a local dry cleaners. How do they generate an income? And you find that teaches you quite a lot about money.
I love that. Real life examples in real time. That's brilliant.
What would you say is another good example?
So one example that I think has worked very well for our boys, by the way, they're 7 and 9. Every Christmas and birthdays, they usually get money from their grandparents to spend on something that they really like. And so we usually tell them, this is your budget. Find something that you like within your budget. And so they've become really good at that, actually. So whether that's going online, looking at Amazon, they know how to filter by price, so lowest to highest. And they're also good at looking at also reviews, so they don't just buy the cheapest product, but we teach them about the quality as well, if they were to buy, for example, a cheap product. And so even if we went to Smith's, there's no tantrums or we don't have to fight any battles because they want something that's way over their budget. They already know the deal, they know what the time is, and they stick to it, thankfully. Usually they buy something that's within budget or even lower. And that same principle applies when they decide to spend their pocket money. They are very realistic in terms of what they know that their pocket money can buy them. So that's really worked.
So our second tip is budgeting
and teaching them how to budget and stick within their budgets.
Our third tip would be to have money conversations at home. Okay. Yes. And what I mean here is themed conversations. So imagine that you say, for example, one conversation we had recently with our kids is about income. So where does income come from? For parents, like kids might think money just comes from the bank, but where does that money actually come from? Like where do the parents get it from? And we taught our kids the idea of earned income, which is money you make from your job, as well as money you unearned income, which is money you make from assets, from investments. And this really, really brought up some interesting conversations around what is an asset, how do you make money from an asset, and so on. And what this teaches kids is that they don't in the future have to work for every single penny. If they make wise choices about their money, if they're good stewards of their money, that money can be invested and generate some good returns for them on an ongoing basis.
Love that.
Guys, that's it for today when it comes to our tips this Tuesday.
Yes, guys, we hope you enjoyed it. And as ever, sometimes it can be challenging when it comes to children and money. But what we would say in everything, stay prayerful, stay practical,
and positive. Yep. Thank you so much, guys. We'll see you on our next session next Tuesday. Feel free to follow us at The Humble Penny on Instagram as well as YouTube. And as always, guys, in all things, be thankful and seek joy.
Take care.
Take care.
Enjoy
Bye.